Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Wishing you a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are in your corner of the world. Diving right into, the ECB says it may need its own digital euro if payments drive fails. The European Central Bank is willing to develop its own digital currency if the private sector can't make cross-border payments faster and cheaper. If an internal document obtained by Bloomberg on Wednesday, the ECB argues that technological innovation is quickly transforming the way retail payments are made, including a decline in the use of cash. The central bank is analyzing the situation and will be ready to respond if needed. If industry efforts fall short of developing an innovative and efficient pan-European payment solution, the social need for it could potentially be met by issuing a central bank digital currency, according to the document. A CBDC with the status of legal tender could guarantee that all users have, in principle, access to a cheap and easy means of payment. The paper, which was later published on the ECB's website, does not suggest such a development is imminent. Outgoing executive board member Benoit Coeur argued last week that progress on retail payments across Europe has been slow and the market remains fragmented, despite the launch a year ago of the ECB's TIPS, Instant Payment Settlement System. Excessive reliance on foreign players could expose Europe's to risk, he said. Next article wanted to refresh memories on SBI MoneyTap expanded features set to go live in 2020. If you're aware of this, it's a refresher. If not, this is an update for you. Just as you thought the great news was over for today, we get some more amazing news out of SBI. MoneyTap is set to go live in 2020. From looking over the quarterly report, we expect a Q1 2020 launch. The Japanese banking community will launch a groundbreaking smartphone app called MoneyTap, driven by Ripple's blockchain technology, to enable 24/7 real-time payment settlement for customers in the community. MoneyTap is the first mobile app developed and used by many different banks in Japan. As of now, we know of 3 banks that are live on the MoneyTap app, and the rest scheduled to be rolled out over time. Yoshitaka Kitao has stated that by 2025, Japan will be powered by XRP and every bank in Japan will be using XRP. MoneyTap uses RippleNet blockchain network instead of the common domestic payment rails. The app reduces the cost and time of transfer associated with normal banking money transfer through ATM in Japan. MoneyTap offers a free of charge 24/365 interbank remittance. And you have on the screen there's a Twitter post by Stuart XRP, SBI Holdings Inc. Financial results October 30th, 2019. MoneyTap partner with overseas commercial banks to expand MoneyTap network. Scheduled for launch in 2020 with major commercial banks in Southeast Asia. SBI is expanding features to the MoneyTap app, as shown in the images. These 4 new features, services will all pass through RippleNet and utilize the MoneyTap app. If this doesn't sound like XRP is involved, I am not sure what to tell you. Exciting times are coming. The first, prepaid charging services. The second, salary prepayment service. The third, the small amount of money transfer service. The fourth, international money transfer service. The benefits of network applications. Ability to purchase and pay in real time. Diversifying the pay cycle. Building our proprietary payment apps. Coordinate with the authorities at low cost. Digitizing money collection services, cash management between stores. On the screen, there is also a a diagram you can look at if you feel free to, or are interested, I should say, then feel free to, as the links will always be in the descriptions. Next article, we're going to go into Ripple partner FlashFX may extend ODL platform to Japan. Disperse and Ripple was working to market its liquidity ODL system on the other side of the world. Even the ODL system, which was Philippines along with Mexico, included Australia. Its new manhood shortly after and venture. As no information to get your own trades has been listed that the corridor may be within its screening period, Flash Forex may be stretching this corridor farther. Substantial growth on utility scan at USD, PHP, on-demand XRP quantity. Supply from Crypto Eddy. Due to this exact rapid increase in ODL obligations, the bandwidth indicator has been lost to catch its high value expansion. The genuine ODL fee amount has now already reached 10 million XRP every day. But for the corridors, its own gateway into the Philippines noted that a spike in ODL trades. According to statistics mentioned by Utility Scan, the USD PHP quantity soared and has been reported to become 267,703.72, whilst USD MXN was leading the bandwidth board using a level of 1,362,657.88 at 2 to 4 hours. Also a proponent of an XRP, Crypto Eddy on her most recent movie clip talked about the Nicholas Steiger who informed Eddy through discussion at Q1 of all 2020 in regards to launching of the gateway for Japan of FlashFX. Flash Forex can stretch using the assistance of all both SBI, a spouse to Japan. Ripple noticed that the majority of its own partnerships were stating the entire planet could observe corridors. This really is just one of those corridors we can find. Be busy. Since the ODL cost amount reached 10 million XRP a day on 27, the Philippines corridor claimed increase from dealers, a information supplier for ODL. At Tinotoshi commented. Next article, Moneygram expands cross-border P2P service with Visa Direct. Service goes live in Spain and the Philippines. Moneygram International, Inc., NASDAQ MGI, a global provider of innovative money transfer services, today announced the expansion of its debit card deposit service internationally, which it launched in collaboration with Visa through Visa's real-time push payments platform, Visa Direct. This service is now available to Spain and the Philippines. As a result of the launch, MoneyGram is the first company in the industry to enable cross-border transfers from the United States using Visa Direct. The company expects to launch the service to additional countries in the coming months. This is an exciting time for us as our business transformation continues to move at a rapid pace as we seek to accelerate digital growth and deliver a streamlined customer service, said Alex Holmes, MoneyGram chairman and CEO. Cross-border digital growth is a key strategic priority, and we will continue to lead the industry with innovative products and services. With Visa Direct, which enables payments to over 1 billion cards worldwide, customers have the ability to send money in real time. MoneyGram customers can use the app or the MoneyGram website to send funds to other recipients eligible Visa-branded debit cards. We are committed to supporting the best possible cross-border money transfer experience for consumers and businesses around the world, said Bill Shealy, SVP and Global Head of Visa Direct Visa. The initial launch phase with MoneyGram has been a success based on customer feedback to date and seamless integration of Visa Direct into MoneyGram's digital network. We look forward to continuing the rapid expansion of this service to new markets worldwide. The MoneyGram launch of Visa Direct internationally comes on the heels of the successful launch of Visa Direct in the U.S., where about 50% of users are brand new to MoneyGram, and early indicators show customer retention rates are outperforming expectations. If you are new to the space, I'll go into a little bit just to inform you about MoneyGram International, Inc. MoneyGram is a global leader in omni-channel money transfer and payment services that enables friends and family to affordably, reliably, and conveniently send money for life's daily needs in over 200 countries and territories. The innovative MoneyGram platform leverages its leading digital and physical network, global financial settlement engine, cloud-based infrastructure with integrated APIs, and its unparalleled compliance program that leads the industry in protecting consumers. MoneyGram being the second largest remittance global transfer of financial companies. Also working with Ripple is the number one Western Union, as stated by Chris Larson. And we've discussed this in our previous video. Next piece of news, we have former Morgan Stanley developers launch crypto derivatives exchange. And that is very exciting to move on to the derivatives, a step beyond the remittance. Finding more and more use cases for XRP and making it more profitable for investors. 8 former core developers from financial services company Morgan Stanley have launched Phemex, a new cryptocurrency derivatives trading platform in Singapore. In a press release shared with Cointelegraph on December 4, the former Morgan Stanley developers claim the platform is 10 times faster than traditional crypto trading platforms, while offering 100 times leverage to both retail and institutional investors in Bitcoin, BTC, Ethereum, ETH, and Ripple XRP perpetual contracts. Exchange is on par with NASDAQ. In the near future, these contracts will reportedly also be backed by traditional financial products, such as stock indexes, interest rates, foreign exchange, agricultural commodities, and metals and energy, Phemex co-founder Jack Tao said. We are the first exchange to truly bring Wall Street level sophistication to the worldwide crypto derivatives markets. Our matching engine, trading engine, and risk engine were 6 months in the making, putting the platform technically on par with NASDAQ. Dow, who spent 11 years as an executive at Morgan Stanley, told Cointelegraph that the platform was looking to add options trading soon. In launching Phemex, Dow assembled a team of more than 30 senior developers, he explained. We're not just providing the functionality for trading. As executives from Morgan Stanley, we know what kind of ways, what kind of direction, and what kind of architecture can support high-frequency trading, stability, and low latency. This is where Phemex excels. Our expertise allows us to compete with and outperform existing platforms. Dow told Cointelegraph that since the November 25th launch, Phemex has seen volume of around 1,000 BTC per day on BTC USD contracts. The Singapore regulators take a closer look at crypto derivatives. In November, Singapore's central bank and financial regulator, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS, proposed to bring crypto derivatives trading under its purview. The MAS proposal would make the trading of derivatives based on underlying assets like Bitcoin and Ether subject to the City-States Securities and Futures Act. For Phemex, a Singapore-domiciled company, the proposal by the MAS comes at a perfect time, as it may soon allow cryptocurrency-based derivatives to be traded on regulated platforms. And to take a little further look into Phemex, you have crypto derivative exchange Phemex, launched by ex-Morgan Stanley devs to compete with NASDAQ. Explaining a little bit further as to what that is for better understanding to new people to the space. A team of developers who used to work for Morgan Stanley have announced they have rolled on a high-speed crypto derivative exchange known as Phemex. The core developers claim that derivative exchange will be 10 times faster than other crypto exchanges and has the capacity to conduct about 300,000 transactions per second. According to Reuters, the developers allege that Phemex can execute orders in less than 1 millisecond. The company is headed by Jack Dow, who worked at Morgan Stanley as the head of Benchmark Execution Strategies, BES, part of the bank's electronic trading platform. He quit his job in July and has now brought together over 30 experienced developers comprising of 8 with Morgan Stanley's BES team. The new derivative exchange will serve both retail as well as institutional customers and will offer contracts which will initially be tied to Ether, Bitcoin, Litecoin, EOS, and XRP, offering up to 100 times leverage. In an interview with Reuters, Dow stated that advancement in Internet has made it easy to transfer information, and the advent of blockchain technology makes it easier to transfer value instantly. Dow also revealed that the platform has been under a piloting phase for various weeks and started trading on November 25th. He also stated that the trading metrics offered by the platform are like the ones offered by large investment institutions like Morgan Stanley. He added that the platform's matching, trading, and risk engines were developed for about 6 months, making it to be at par with NASDAQ. Asked why he decided to switch from the conventional finance to cryptocurrency, Dow explained that the team conducted widespread research and found that there was room for growth in the derivatives market. He also explained that having been in the conventional finance sector, where the technical standards are relatively higher, there is a big area for improvement. According to the announcement, in the near future, clients will have the capacity to back their contracts using conventional financial products like stock indexes, precious metals, agricultural commodities, among others. And if you're on the Twitter feeds today, I think it's nearly impossible if you're in any kind of crypto or digital assets to not see the reflection of gold-backed XRP today. And when you read things like this that say they have the capacity to back their contracts using conventional financial products like precious metals, it kind of makes you wonder. We're going to finish up the news for this video with Trailblazer. Wyoming leads the charge to create new U.S. banking entity for Bitcoin and crypto. Wyoming is on track to blaze another trail for a new frontier, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. For us, we know that the world understands all of crypto as being stated by Bitcoin, which is the face man for the entire sphere currently at this moment. The Equality State is now steps away from establishing the first 2 speedy banks, a new type of banking entity that specializes in crypto transactions. Formerly known as a Special Purpose Depository Institution, SPDI, a speedy bank will be able to provide basic financial services such as Bitcoin payroll, access to private keys, and other blockchain-based and crypto transactions. According to a report by the Cowboy State Daily, Wyoming's banking division is the chartering authority for the new banks, legalized by legislation earlier this year, and will take up to 9 months to process an application. The division's general counsel, Chris Land, says the first applicants submitted filings in October, We'll review their applications closely and determine whether they have a proposal that meets our high standards and doesn't present significant risk to the state or national financial system. Caitlin Long, who led the Wyoming Blockchain Task Force, says the primary purpose of SPDIs is to store private keys. The average person won't even know it's a bank. It's really there to provide custody of access to the cryptographic keys. She adds, "We really needed new economic ideas in Wyoming, and both Governor Matt Mead and Governor Gordon got behind this. Legislative leadership recognized this is an opportunity for us to truly lead, and hats off to them. They did it." Land says that while companies using crypto have encountered several obstacles in their daily operations, the SPDI solution is up against several unknowns. Given the novelty of the technology, his job is to mitigate losses and drive a net gain while adopting new infrastructure. He tells the Cowboy State Daily, "There's always a risk because it's innovation. I'm literally spending 90% of my time trying to mitigate those risks. In case one of those banks fail, we have policies and procedures and resources to ensure it doesn't cost the state money." Land says the initiatives have wide bipartisan support. This is an area where everyone, regardless of party, regardless of branch, wants to see a path forward to success. Long, who recently announced the completion of her role as a gubernatorial appointee on the Wyoming Blockchain Task Force, which recently concluded its work, expects a new committee that directly sponsors legislation to replace it, greatly accelerating the state's mission of forming a regulatory framework for blockchain companies and cryptocurrencies. She says the Blockchain Task Force has already signed off on a list of achievements. Wyoming released a comprehensive open-source operating system, i.e. the legal framework including 13 enabling laws, plus 8 more bills proposed for 2020, on top of which users are able to build applications, i.e. blockchain businesses. But Wyoming is far from finished, as future upgrades and new versions are still on the planned roadmap. As for Wyoming's ultimate ability to lead the way among policymakers and regulators across the country, Long points to the state's strong history and innovation and breaking tradition. We've done this at least twice before. We did it 150 years ago when we gave women the right to vote, and Wyoming invented the limited liability company in 1977, which is the most prominent form of business entity in the United States today. So it seems things are moving much faster in the mainstream media. Information is starting to come out more frequent, more constant, more consistent on cryptocurrencies and digital assets. It seems the governments are finally moving forward, getting regulations into position and into place. More U.S. states are stepping forward where the overall federal government is lagging behind, kind of trying to lead the way and push the move faster. I think this is getting very exciting. If you're an investor, if you're standing on the sideline watching, I don't want to give a financial advice, but I would say it's probably hard to just sit there and watch any further. And at this point with XRP specific, it's hard to imagine the price being so low, even when we've been here for years. But I think, according to the TA guys, I understand it, but I don't do it. I think they even within that community of TA, I believe it's very consistent with everyone that says at any given moment, this rubber band is about to spring and release, and it's going to launch this thing forward. I think in my opinion, the amount of how much forward it's going to launch is questionable. How fast, how slow. I know for a fact by 2025, 2029, this thing is going to be in the 4 to 5 digits. For me, I'm in it for the long term. I'm in it for waiting. I know a lot of people, the moment it hits into the single digits, are going to be excited and they're going to sell out for people who've been investing since 2012 or 2013 and have been holding through everything to see the growth we're at today. Again, this is not financial advice. We're here for entertainment purposes only. We hope that if you are an investor, that you're holding strong, having faith, and just patiently waiting. We hope that you did not overinvest so that you can basically set this aside and forget about it until the moment arises that the investment reaches your written and mental number that you have for your exit strategy. Wishing you the best of evenings, mornings, and afternoons, wherever you are, and we'll catch you in the next one.